My name is Mykola Murskyj. I'm the Advocacy Director here at Razom for Ukraine. Together with the team, we traveled to Ukraine in June. We visited Kyiv region and Lviv. Part of our team actually was able to visit some of our grantee organizations in Kharkiv. In Kyiv, we were meeting with local activists, civil society leaders, politicians, veterans organizations to try to better understand what the needs were on the ground in Ukraine. And in Lviv, we had a great opportunity to engage with the Ukrainian Catholic University with the excellent work that's being done at the Superhuman Center and to learn more about the work that they do there. Every day that we were there was very moving. Coming back to the States, one of the things that I kept thinking about was the importance of the historical moment that we're in terms of Western support for Ukraine and for Ukraine's fight to defend itself and to regain its territory. We have an enormous responsibility that's on our shoulders to fight for those who can't fight for themselves and defend those who can't defend themselves. One of the things that I found different about this trip in particular is that while there's a lot of resilience in the Ukrainian people, there was just a significant kind of like exhaustion with the constant air raids, the constant blackouts. And that exhaustion can be interpreted by some that travel to Ukraine as a desire for Ukraine to compromise, give up some of its territory in exchange for what will only be a temporary peace. This sentiment is then being brought back to the United States, and we see this in certain portions of the American electorate who are saying, let's just end the war in Ukraine, that'll be good for Ukraine. It is good for Ukraine if we force Ukraine to negotiate, because at least they will have peace. And that's that makes our job very difficult, because these people want to help Ukraine, but they think that we don't know what's best for Ukraine, that Ukrainians don't know what's best for Ukraine, but they do. And even though there is concern here in the US and in Ukraine about whether American assistance to Ukraine is going to continue, what I know for certain is that all of us have to continue fighting for it. All of us here at Razom, all of us in the wider space, all of Ukraine's allies around the world, and those of us all across the United States and every country on this planet that want Ukraine to have a sustainable peace. If we who are here in the West don't stand up for Ukraine, if we don't come to protests, if we don't donate, so if we don't call our congressmen, if we don't show up at political events with Ukrainian flags, who will? Who's going to speak up for Ukraine if we don't? We have an enormous responsibility to make sure that the voices of all those people in Ukraine who are going through this terrible war, to make sure that their voices are heard here in America.